All right, we're at the shop today. We're gonna polish these headlights the right way. I watch a lot of videos. Everybody does it the wrong way. So I'm gonna show you how to do it the right way because I was taught how to do it the right way by my friend, Josh. Now in all these headlights, these modern headlights, these are just plastic. And what happens is the outside coating on it starts to oxidize, and that's the biggest problem. So you can polish it off, you know, but the problem is that once you polish them, no matter how good they look, they're going to oxidize, especially in Arizona after like 3 or 4 months. They turn yellow again. So there's no real reason to polish them. What we need to do is sand them, get all this off, and then we're going to clear coat them with actual auto body clear coat, urethane. And then that'll protect it for quite some time. Now, of course, this is a 2000 Lexus 350 ES. But this will be true on any of these headlights. I won't be using any polishing compound because I don't want to go through the hassle of making sure all that compound's off, because obviously urethane not going to stick to those polishing compounds very well. And we're going to get pretty aggressive, usually about 500, 600 grit sandpaper. And if you can take them off the vehicle, that's going to be best. So I'm going to try to take them off real fast, just because we're going to be doing clear, and if we clear it, we have to mask everything off, and then we have to worry about cutting into the paint. So let me see if I can take these off really easily first. All right, I won't call it disaster, but we're not telling you how to change out headlights here. To get this headlight off of this Lexus, this whole bumper has to come off, otherwise I can't get it out. And I'm not gonna go that deep into this because I don't want to tear this thing apart this morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and just mask off all right here, and then we'll start sanding it and go from there. All right, so we're just masking this off, going around, not because we're going to be painting right now, but because we're going to be sanding, and we don't want to sand into the paint. So that's just going to keep us from sanding the paint. It's a little bit chilly today, but we're in the sun, so when we're wet sanding this, our hands will get a little cold. Let me go get some sandpaper. Are you done yet?
No. You're the pro here.
All right, now I won't deny this is the scary part. We're going to be using 600 grit wet sandpaper. Well, we're going to wet sand these, and it always feels like you're going to destroy these things. So we'll just be spraying it with some water, and as you sand it, you'll actually notice a yellow residue coming off. And it'll get all hazy and it'll look awful, and you'll be like, I've made bad decisions with my life. But you can see how milky that is. But try to keep going in the same direction, and we're going to get all this yellow haze out of there. So we're going to do that first. You can actually see how yellow it is right there, because that's all the oxidized layer. That looks awful.
Ew.
So we'll continue this, and we'll check in. Now, the thing about urethane clear is that it actually does fill in about 600 grit sanding marks. Well, you could spend a lot of time polishing these things, and all the polish is doing is getting rid of this oxide layer anyways, but then it's exposing the plastic to being oxidized again. So there's not a lot of value of just polishing if you're not going to clear over the top of it. You might as well just get some headlights off of Amazon and put those on. But of course, cheap aftermarket headlights will start peeling really quite quickly after about a year. So the OEM ones are the best, but they're quite expensive. So we'll just see how this turns out. And that's worst case scenario. You just have to replace headlights. But I've tried all those other methods of polishing and rubbing compounds, and yeah, it looks good for a little bit, but man, they oxidize very quickly. The only downside to this is if there was condensation on the inside of the lens, obviously you can't polish the inside of the lens. Still see I'm getting a lot of yellow right there. We'll just continue this around to the other side and keep going. So there we go. I'll get this wiped off and I'll take a look and see how it's doing. We're starting on this side over here. Not putting a lot of effort into that one at all. All right, when you sand, you want to put your fingers the hard part. You want to let the paper do most of the work. All right, you want to contour to it. You don't want to bite into it with your fingertips. And the water's there to just get rid of what you're sanding off and keep the paper from clogging up and keep the whole thing lubricated. All right, keep going. All right, so I've done a pretty good job. It's kind of hard to see right in this area right here. I need to sand a little bit more. Definitely right here I need to sand more. You can see it's not hazy in some of these areas there. Looks like up here I could probably stand to do a little bit more. Definitely right there and right there. So like I said, it's very scary. You think you just ruined these headlights because those are quite hazy now, but they shouldn't be when we're done. Got it? So down there you can see the residue that we're sanding off, that oxide. That's why it's all yellow and brown and gross. You can kind of even see it right there in the bumper even better. That's what's coming off the headlights. So we're looking pretty good over here. A few more sanding and we'll be ready to do the next step. All right, now when you get it down to you think you're done sanding, just like any sanding job, what we want to do is do one final pass and try to get as few sanding marks out as you can. Go as many as long in one direction as you can. Try to make it all smooth so you don't have a lot of cross stretching on your sanding marks. Like I said, the urethane will hide it, but there's no reason to give it more to hide. And that's just one final little pass. All right, wipe that off, and then we'll be left with this scary looking thing. Like, why did you ruin your headlights? That's looking pretty good. Finish up on the other side and then we'll do the next step. Alright, so that's the final pass on that one. So we'll take off all of our tape, we'll clean off this area. Alright, for the next step. And we'll take a look at them put together and see if we made it better or worse. I think we made it worse. At least for now. For the next step, we just need to get all the water off that we can, so that way when we tape off, the tape will stick and we'll get any water out, so we're not blowing any water onto our product. Just going to mask this off again. We're going to be putting adhesion promoter for plastic adhesion promoter. And then we're going to be putting a high quality clear urethane over the top of it. And that stuff will stick to anything. So if you don't want it, clear urethane anywhere on the car, you need to mask off where you don't want it. I've maybe learned that lesson. It's taken me like 5 times, but I've eventually learned.
Look, he's got a big old nose. Nice.
Alright, so we're all prepped, masked off. We're going to use the adhesion promoter for plastic. Put this stuff on. After about 10 minutes it's ready. You need to spray it to clear over the top after 10 minutes. But after 10 minutes, but no later than 30 minutes. That way it sticks pretty well. Kind of get some idea what it's going to look like.
Ooh.
All right, now we'll let that set up and then we'll spray it with some clear. Going with this 2-part clear professional clear coat. It's just going to be a 2-to-1. It's pretty straightforward, 2-to-1. So there's nothing much to see. I'm just going to be using the cup going from where are we at? the 2-to-1 right there, so 2-to-1. There we go. Mix it up. So of course you could probably just go down and get a aerosol spray can of this stuff. We aren't going to be using that much because it's just 2 headlights. So there's no reason to go crazy making a mix of it. Alright. So now I just go to 2. It's pretty cold outside, so this stuff will take a while to set up. Again, I'm not a body guy, so don't take the directions from painting from me. I'm just a guy that's trying his best.
Ooh, those look nice.
It looks better, huh? Let's see, I don't know. I don't think I got that first one down very well. Alright, and with that, that's the second coat on that. We're going to let that set up before we go any further. See if we need a third coat or not. And hope for the best. But so far, I think we're looking pretty good. Alright, so I think we're going to call it good with 2 coats. I put on pretty heavy coats right there. Going to let it set up. It's in the sunlight because it's pretty cold out here. I won't try to take the paper off or unmask it for at least another 20 minutes or 30 minutes. And then I'm going to hope for the best. So far, I got to say it's looking pretty good. At least a lot better. This is why polishing it, it does make it look good for all the effort and the cost of the materials. Like I said, in like three months in the Arizona sun, I know here that beautiful look turns hazy and it yellows really, really fast. Now that we got the old stuff off and cleared over the top of it with a high quality clear coat, urethane clear coat, this should last at least another 10 years. Maybe not 10 years, but clear coat lasts. A high quality clear coat's gonna do a great job. It won't peel off and it won't yellow. Alright, so it's been setting up for a while. I think it's looking fantastic. Nice and durable. Not too many runs. I don't know. I don't see any runs, but there's probably runs. I'm just gonna take my drop cloths off. I didn't want to waste a plastic bagging this thing. So that was just to keep the that clear from sticking and settling down on top of here, because it will, and it sticks really, really well. So now I'm just going to start taking the paper off. This stuff's still really soft, pretty wet, so I gotta be pretty careful on it. Like I said, it's a pretty cold day. Oh, cold for Arizona. But really, there's nothing that makes the car look worse, I think, than bad headlights, or yellow headlights, or foggy headlights, or hazy headlights. Headlights.
Headlights.
Lice. That's pretty much it. I don't think it's a secret. I think this is actually almost cheaper to do it this way than the polishing method.
I can see your reflection.
But yeah, there's a lot faster if you can just take the lights off the car. Careful, it's really wet. So if I can open that up, it'll be a lot easier.
Mayhaps. I want to do this one.
Careful with that one. Pull it away from. Just like that. And you want to work it around. You gotta be careful. It'll try to spring back, because it's still wet. It'll hit your car somewhere else and then get stuff everywhere.
Oh, that's big brain right there. Look at that.
There
Nothing.
we are.
Look
Just to
clean.
get the long view. Everything looks better on video from distance.
You gotta take the hood down.
What?
Nice. Looks brand new, except for the nasty little drips from the headlights.
Alright guys, so there you have it. That's how I polish headlights, because I was taught from my good friend Josh that this is the best way, most lasting way to do it. Like I said, you can definitely polish it. Those 3M kits, those abrasive kits, those polishing kits, they do work, but all it does is take off the yellow oxide layer, and then it will just, the sun, the UV destroys it again, and you'll be doing that incessantly. This will keep you from having to do it again. A little bit better repair, a lot more durable, and a little easier. Because I've damaged paint polishing those headlights before too. Alright guys, thanks for watching. So on a car, a lot of cars, the headlights are actually pretty easy to take off. You can just take them off and do it on the bench. Now, in my world, I'm really working on RVs, and RV headlights, by and large, are automotive headlights from different manufacturers. They're not inventing new headlights, but man, they are not always the easiest thing to come out of RVs. So it's usually easier to do it on the RV itself. A lot of times they're built in place on the backside of the front cap, so you have to take the front cap off, or they're glued in place with epoxy. Sorry, it's bad lighting.
You're backlit.
I know. But yeah, since you didn't wash the car anyways, it's not a bad thing, because that means if there's dirt on there, your overspray doesn't stick to dirt very well. Of course, there's a good chance it'll glue the dirt down too.
There he goes.